there, my name is Marley and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about my June TBR. As we do every month, I talk about my reading plan. So for June, I have 7 books to talk about, and I will also be reading an additional book for my book club, but we have not decided what that book's gonna be. So starting out, I'm going to share the 3 books I'm going to read for my themed reading vlog. I kind of always do at least one themed reading vlog a month, and I never share what the topic is, so it's still kind of like a bit of a mystery there. Feel free to guess what you think it is. But the first book I'm going to read for that is called The 10th Girl by Sarah Faring, and this is described as a haunting psychological thriller about this young woman who becomes a teacher at this private school, I think. So she's in this sort of more isolated setting with all these teachers and students, and some mysterious things start happening on the grounds. And the description also says that there are rumors of something called others, and that some of the kids and teachers start acting like they are possessed. So I'm thinking this is going to be some sort of paranormal thriller, which I don't really read paranormal stuff too often, so this could be fun, could be a nice little mix up for me. Next up, I want to read Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart. This is the author of We Were Liars, which is a really popular YA thriller, and I really enjoyed that book. I gave it 5 stars. I don't hear as good of things about this book though, but it is another YA thriller that I am definitely interested to read. It is about these 2 teenage girls that were very close friends, and for some reason the one girl seems to have disappeared and the other girl is living her life using her name. That's really all the description says at the back of the book, but it's obviously some sort of mystery of why is the one friend taking over the other friend's life, what happened to that girl, etc, etc. So we'll see. It's pretty short, so stay tuned to see what I think about this. And then another little thriller book I want to read is There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. I was a big fan of Stephanie Perkins back in the day with her Anna and the French Kiss series. She's been writing a couple of YA thrillers lately, which I have not heard the best things about, but I still want to read it. There's been an adaptation of this as well. From the description, it seems like this is a bit of a slasher story and has one of my favorite premises where there's this girl who moves to the school and then a bunch of her classmates start being murdered, and it's a mystery of who is doing it. So it sounds very similar to Scream, which are some of my favorite movies. So we'll see how this goes. I'm guessing it might be pretty predictable, but yeah, we'll see. Then I would like to get to The Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabaa Tahir, and this is the 4th and final book in the Ember and the Ashes series. This is a series I've been reading for the last few months, and I've really been enjoying it. It's a YA kind of dystopian and fantasy series about this girl named Laya who ends up going undercover, try and save her brother, and there's this whole big uprising against this evil society. I never know how to describe this series, honestly. It has a lot of different directions that it goes, but I'm excited to read this last final book. It's pretty thick, but I get through these books very quickly. It has a very fast-paced, interesting writing and a lot of plot twists and stuff. So we'll see how this one ends, see if I cry. But yeah, excited to finally finish a series because I have been starting so many, I feel, and not really finishing them. Next up, I would like to read It's Not Summer Without You by Jenny Han. So this is the 2nd book in her Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy, which is actually becoming an adaptation coming out in June. So I'd really like to watch it. I read the 1st book in this series multiple years ago. I think I liked it. I don't think I rated it because it was before I was doing ratings, but I do want to continue this series so I can watch that adaptation. So I want to at least read the 2nd book this month, even if I don't get to the 3rd one. But from what I remember, which is not a lot, I think it is about these 2 families whose moms are best friends. So then they always hang out during the summer. Both of the families, our main character, and then her mom's friends' kids. And she has 2 boys, and I think it's like a love triangle between them. Should probably reread the 1st one, but I'm not a big rereader, so I don't really want to do that. I think I might just read a summary and hop into this 2nd one. So hopefully that goes okay. Then I would like to get to another quick little thriller, which is Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I have not read any of her books yet, but obviously she is the infamous author of Gone Girl. But I've seen that movie, so I don't really want to read that book, but I'm definitely down to read her other books because she's such a popular thriller author and I love thrillers. So I'm hoping this will be a fun little, maybe like one sitting kind of thriller book to read this month. So this definitely seems like a psychological thriller thriller. We're following a main character who just recently is coming out of a psych hospital and then going back to her hometown and sort of investigating these recent murders that are going on. And I think it might be reminiscent to something in her past. Don't really know, but I am excited to finally experience Gillian Flynn, or Gillian Flynn, however you say it. And then for the last book I want to try and get to, it is All the Feels by Olivia Dade. This is the follow-up book to Spoiler Alert that I read, I think, earlier this year. I wasn't a huge fan of that book, but the reason I want to read this is because I'm choosing it as my Buzzwordathon book of the month. This month's theme is to read a book that has the word all in the title. So when I was looking through Goodreads, this was just one that I saw, All the Feels. I am a little bit excited for this though, because I actually recently heard someone say they thought this was better than Spoiler Alert, or that it was more slow burn, which was an issue I had with Spoiler Alert. Basically, it's following another actor from this famous TV show that is similar to Game of Thrones, and he is sort of like a troublemaker, I guess, in Hollywood. So he gets assigned this handler girl to kind of like watch over him, make sure he has good behavior, and that is the romance. I think it sounds a bit more like enemies to lovers. It sounds like they go on some sort of road trip. I think there could be some fun tropes, and yeah, if it's more of a slow burn thing, I think that it will be more of my thing. And then yeah, that is my June TBR. I feel like I filmed this really quickly. Don't know how interesting of a video this is, but just so you know what to expect from my channel this month, these are the books I plan on getting to. Definitely leave me a comment if you've read any of these books and have any thoughts on them, and I hope you will comment and subscribe as well. Hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!